guys, I really wanted to let you guys know a crazy story and crazy experience that I experienced in my life. And as you know from my previous videos, I was of the world. I was into new age. I got spiritually attacked. I almost died in 2023. As you know, I was 7 months in the hospital. God saved my life. And he told me that, I'm not a psychic, I'm a prophet. And I have been through situations, though, in my life that I've physically seen the spirit realm. And I guess that's why when I was of the world and when I was into New Age, I just kept tapping deeper and deeper into it because I was able to see things that are not in this, just in this realm. And a lot of people say you have to see it to believe it. Well, let me tell you, I've seen it. Like, that's how I know these things are real, like things in the spirit realm. But God is the almighty powerful. God is the almighty supernatural. And once you have a relationship with God, once you know God, anything you knew of new age, anything you knew about being like, spiritual, it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare to having a true relationship with Jesus. But in order for you guys to understand and have a relationship with Jesus, I wanted to let you know about a real life experience that I had. Now, a lot of people that have, a lot of people could have abilities, right? But a lot of people also have done psychedelics in their life and that they have been able to see the other realm. For example, mushrooms, LSD, DMT. If you have taken these type of drugs, then you are able to see things in different realms because it's 3D. Like, let me just tell you as an example. If you could be taking like mushrooms, right? Whatever, you just guessing what you actually go through based on movies, based on TV shows, even based on cartoons. However, if you take it, let's just use like a vase. Just I'm talking about any object, really. Let's just look at this vase. Let's say the vase is in front of you and you do a psychedelic, right? And you're like tripping, you will literally kind of see it in 3D. And imagine it had a plant in it. If it had a plant in it, it is breathing. The plant is breathing. Like, you could see the little intricate designs in the plant, and you could literally feel the plant breathing on you, and you will like feel connected to the plant, right? So if you just have this vase, you're gonna like feel like it's like kind of like 3D. Even though it is 3D, you're kind of feeling it's like more 3D, like 4D in front of your face. And then it will start like kind of moving in waves, and you will see a bunch of different colors that you've never seen before. And what is the purpose of all of that? The purpose of all of that is to feel connected to everything around you, especially like things that are alive, like plants are alive, trees are alive, the grass is alive, every living creature is alive, like even the little bugs that are on the ground, they're alive. So the whole purpose of all these psychedelics is to feel like you're connected to everything around you, like you're connected and feeling one with the universe. So a lot of people that go through these trips, they wake up the next day or right after their trip, they're feeling such a connection to the universe. They're feeling they are understanding more about life. They have the whole world like in their hands, right? We're all like, these special beings, and they start to kind of have like an ego complex, like, oh wow, like I just went through all of this, that I am smarter than that person, I am smarter than this person. They think like they're above it all, above the textbooks, because they gained wisdom because they start to understand the true meaning of life, which is getting deep with the connection with each other, right? But the true, so me living in that time, as like I was so spiritual, being all into new age. I never done like ayahuasca and things like that before, but I've done acid, I've done mushrooms, and I've done DMT, so it's all in the same type of categories. And people that do these things, like kind of like do rituals sometimes, and they have a shaman and they're all like, let's like breathe together. I've done breathing techniques before. I'm telling you, I used to be very spiritual when I was in the new age. So they do all these experiences to be connected and to feel like they know more about life. Like there's like trying to find the deeper meaning of life. The reason they want the deeper meaning of life is because they want the deeper meaning of their purpose, the deeper meaning of themselves, right? But now I'm on the other side. Now I'm with Jesus. And once you have a relationship with Jesus, you start to understand that, wow, like you thought you knew more. You thought you were like so spiritual, and you thought that you started to know more, because when you know more, it gives you some type of power, right? When you have Jesus, there is nothing like the Holy Spirit. There is nothing like the power of our holy Jesus, because Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. He is the Prince of Peace. He is beyond all the power there is in the universe. Like God has all the power. When you are doing these drugs, you are not understanding that you're being deceived. You're not understanding that you're being deceived. Remember, when God does supernatural miracles, the devil loves to do magic. So the devil is a copycat of God. So what did he do? What did the devil do? Create deception, create lies. So he's going to let people do all these drugs and try to be connected with one another, because he wants to show beauty. He wants to show the universe breathing and all being one, right? Like he wants to show the deep meaning of life. But if you unveil that, it is pure terror. You are getting deep into depression. You keep feeling like you're so connected, and you're feeling like you want to be attached to people, then all of a sudden people start being nasty to you. You are going to take that in because you don't have Jesus. You're going to take that in, feel all those like bad feelings, and resonate in that depression, that anxiety. You start feeling, wait a second, maybe I don't know the meaning of life. And you start to just think so much, because the point is, you're not supposed to feel you're a god. You're not supposed to feel like some god, that is able to hold the whole world in your hands. That's going to give you anxiety. You have to let go and let God. You have to literally fall and surrender and be humble and come to Jesus' feet, because Jesus is love. He is the true meaning of love. So when you're doing these things, thinking that you're going to love people and people are going to love you, but without Jesus, you're going to go back to being in the flesh, which means you're a human. You're going to make mistakes. You are going to be nasty to people at times. You are going to end up making multiple mistakes in your life. And you're going to feel like, why is something bad continuing to happen to me? Because you don't have Jesus. So, doing these psychedelic trips is not the answer. Being super spiritual without Jesus is not the answer. Because once you know Jesus, you will understand the whole meaning and purpose of life. Like, I could speak on this because I've been in both sides of the spectrum. I literally have. I've been all into the supernatural. I want nothing to do with God. I have been so on the other side of the spectrum. I mean, people used to think I was a psychic. I didn't even know what I was doing was demonic. I didn't even know any of that, right? I just like, let's be together and let's have love, without Jesus. Like, I didn't know anything. Once you have Jesus, you start to realize, wow, those people that talked about Jesus all the time are not crazy. When you don't have Jesus, you really think that, like, why are they super religious? Why are they so happy all the time? Like, this is all fake. Everything is fake. That is not true. That is the farthest from the truth, because God doesn't want religion. Hate to break it to you, to all the ones that are labeling themselves in the world. God doesn't want religion. He wants a relationship. Jesus wants a relationship with you and to be connected to you. And once you are connected with Jesus and you have the Holy Spirit, you're going to experience all these amazing supernatural experiences that are like, how is God so real? Because he is so real and so loving, and he's alive. And we have to be so grateful that he's alive. that is exactly what I want to explain to you guys. But one thing I wanted to add specifically, so you guys could understand that that I am not guessing. I did not watch movies and read books to understand what psychedelics do. I will tell you a real life experience that happened to me. Okay, so I was in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods, in a cabin, right, at an Airbnb, in the middle of nowhere. And I went there with my husband. This was several years ago, and obviously before God, right? So we take, to be honest with you, I can't remember if it was like LSD, if it was just shrooms. I literally can't remember. But we take this and we start watching Family Guy. The TV was a flat screen TV. And we start watching Family Guy. Let's say, just an example, let's say it was like 2019. We were watching maybe a 2017 episode. And I know I'm tripping. Yeah, I know I'm tripping. But in the middle of the episode, the TV went from a flat screen to a cube. And the episode turned into the first episode of Family Guy. Like, what is going on? Like, I'm traveling right now? And I know it's all in my head, but come on. If you've ever been in a trip, you know that the person next to you is not exactly seeing the same thing you are. You're kind of having your own trip. But what's the crazy part about this experience is that my husband was next to me and I said, "Did you just see what's happening? Are we like back in time?" And he was like, he is seeing what I'm seeing. So I kind of freaked out a little bit. And then we're just like, okay, come on, let's just like smoke some weed. So we smoked some weed and we used to walk into the kitchen. And I kid you not, I was looking at the counter, like a regular, like marble counter. All of a sudden, it was dust. Dust. The whole counter was dust. And I was like, all right, that's crazy. This is actually crazy. And then you look to your left, and there was like a literal portal of like souls trying to like be like, oh, like help me. Like, bro, I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. But do you get what I'm saying? You have to like see things to believe it. We went through a situation probably because I was already spiritual and I already had abilities about seeing things in different realms that I get deeper into that because of the psychedelics, right? Because it's doing something to your brain where you could see more in this reality. So the purpose of telling you all of this is that the spiritual realm is 100% real. I don't know how anybody in this world could be an atheist. I have no idea because the spiritual realm is real. You think this is just this dimension and that's it? And we're going to die and be dust? Like, no, no. And I'm telling you, I could speak on, I don't care if anyone thinks I'm crazy. I literally saw what I saw. Like, I can't change what I saw with my own two eyes. I can't change that. But I definitely understand now that all those experiences were demonic. All those experiences were demonic. So it's not just the fact that people thought I was a psychic and I did some tarot cards and I did some crystals. And I remember in my last videos, I never did any of this for money. I was just very open to helping people. I thought I was helping people. I had no idea I was doing witchcraft, zero idea, because people talk about white magic and black magic and what's right and what's wrong. And no, all magic is wrong. Period. There's no such thing as light magic. It's all demons. It's all demonic. And when I went through those experiences, I realized today that after you read the Bible, after you have a relationship with Jesus, the devil wants to deceive you. Just like even people that want to do, let's do a little bit of shrooms so we could fix our mental health. Listen to me. Mental health ain't gonna be fixed by doing some psychedelics. You might feel better for a month, but it ain't lasting. The only thing that's lasting is a relationship with God. That's the only thing that will last. That is the only thing that's gonna get you out of everything, is that relationship with Jesus. So if I'm going through these experiences and I was able to see these things in different realms, I thought I knew it all. right? I thought I knew everything. I was like, oh, I could, my neighbor can't see what I could see. I could see that. I seen that. I seen things in my own two eyes. Guess what? I know everything. No, no, it led to my death. Remember, in 2023, I almost died, 7 months in the hospital. I was 70 pounds. I was dying. I was dying because I was open to all of these things. And when you're open to all of these things, people don't realize when you don't have Jesus, you're getting attacked. That's why people are always wondering, like, why am I depressed? Why does life suck? Why am I not, why can't I catch a break? They're always asking that. People are always asking that when they don't have a relationship with Jesus. They're always like, why is something always bad happening to me? Let me tell you the answer. You don't have Jesus. Because the people that look crazy when they have a relationship with Jesus and they look super religious, they're wondering why we're so fake happy. No, bro. I'm actually really happy. I'm actually really like in love with my God. I'm in love with Jesus. When you're in love with Jesus, you are happy because anything bad that's happening to you, guess what? He's taking you out of that. He will find a way when there's no way. Our God is the most beautiful God. So if you think that you know everything because you've gone through special spiritual experiences, like, come on, breath therapy, Reiki, psychedelics, cacao ceremonies, or ayahuasca, meetings with shamans, all going on those retreats. Everybody be doing that think they know everything. Then they realize their life still sucks. Their life still sucks. When you do not have a relationship with Jesus, you are lost. You are lost because we are all made. We are all made to have a purpose. And that purpose is to be a child of God and helping other people. That is the purpose. When you are not connected to your one creator, when you are not connected to your one true father, you feel lost in this world. So I wanted to explain my crazy story to you because I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I need to explain truth. I know I laugh sometimes. I know I say bizarre things sometimes, but the one thing I do know is that I'm speaking truth because everything that I'm telling you is based on a real life experience. So I hope this really resonates with your soul. And people, if you're lost, if you don't know Jesus, I hope that you just open that Bible, open that word, and be like, God, show me what you want to show me. God, if you're real, show me you're real. Show me. I'm telling you, he will show you because he loves you that much. He loves you so much. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what gender you are, doesn't matter if you feel like you are the worst soul on this earth. He loves you so much. He loves you more than you will ever understand what love is. So that is my story to you. And I hope this resonated with you. Have a blessed night.